Well, shaking folks, back with another reaction, back with the conclusion of the Jennifer Rush self-titled album, 1984. Thank you once again to Darren, not only for sharing this, but for being a paid member on Patreon. And indeed, we're going to listen to, as a result, the final two tracks on the album. We're going to do it as a 2-for-1. The first track, Surrender, is in its own category for now, and the reason I say that is because the final tune, The Power of Love, I've actually heard before, but I've heard a cover, though I didn't know then it was a cover. At least when I began the reaction. I think people did comment in the comment section below. But yes, I've heard Laura Branigan's cover of this, which comes from a few years later. I think it's 1987. And as I remember then, Laura just gives it all the vocal cannon power that she's capable of. She really belts it out and gets some scratch and some just, wall-shaking intensity. But Darren was adamant that the original is a superior song. Now, Scott, if you see this, don't be offended. I also enjoy the Laura Branigan journey, but yeah, I'm curious to hear, where that cover came from and how different from the original here it is. So, yeah, to start with the other tune, Surrender, the penultimate track on the album, surrendering means giving over control to somebody else. Now, it can be involuntary, as in military conflicts, when it becomes apparent that there's no hope of winning, and with, lives and resources maybe still salvageable. The idea is surrendering is, on some level, a wise decision. You can also surrender yourself willingly, and that could be, on a larger level or indeed on an interpersonal level, saying, look, I want to be with you, so if that means giving over control of the situation to you, then that's what I'm going to do. So surrendering, although I think perhaps seen as a more negative decision, it can actually be a willing and voluntary action. So we'll see where on the spectrum, as much as I can pick up on a first listen, that song lies. And then again, The Power of Love, what I remember from the lyrics is that they're about the narrator being the person's woman and they're her love, and anytime she says this person will reach out, she's going to be there. So it's a very devoted song, a very passionate song, but now we're going to hear the original version. So yes, this is Jennifer Rush, first with Surrender, followed by The Power of Love. I may pause between the two if I feel there's much to say and that I don't want to forget. So yeah, we start with Surrender by Jennifer Rush. Driving 80s synth.
You say there is a thunder in her eyes, so loud it carries through the night. When she's not even there, right by your side, it's haunting. You say she's got you on the run, almost surely she's the one. It can take a heart some time to make up her mind. But it You don't wanna be free again.
Such wild synth work.
Surrender. It's your only chance. Surrender. Don't wait too long to realize that our eyes will say forever.
So a lot to say about the Sonics before we get to the Power of Love. Wait till that fades. Yeah, so very like early 80s dance, feet moving on the floor. I feel like it could be a very good like workout type of tune in an 80s workout video. And yeah, saying that it's your only chance to surrender. So it does suggest that it may not be voluntary, but it seems to ascribe positive qualities to the decision that, her eyes are saying forever and you're never going to want to not be in this anymore. So just give into it, let it happen. It's your only chance at, finding this love, perhaps. But it does sound like there's a compulsion to it. It's not like, deliberate, think at long, for a long period of time and eventually come to some conclusion. It sounds like there's an immediacy to it and a necessity to it. But yeah, the wild synth work, especially in the synth interludes near the end, that rolling bass and the little bass flourish. But what was really catching my ear is in the chorus, there was a double kick. Like at the end of each bar, there was a quick double kick, and you hear that in different music styles. I really enjoy that pop pop where it's it's a steady 4/4 beat and then it gives you a double. It really sort of amps up the intensity, which fit with the overall sentiment of the track. That there's a decision that has to be made, but it's not even really a decision. Just, allow this to happen, give over control and surrender. And yeah, there was like a synth bell run near the end of the chorus, it felt like. There was also that just regular pulsing bass, offset with the kick. So a good energetic 80s style synth dance tune, and one that felt like the Sonics were expressing the intensity of the lyrics. So yeah, with no further ado, we now hear the original version by Jennifer Rush of The Power of Love or the concluding track from her 1984 self-titled album.
The whispers in the morning of lovers sleeping tight, all rolling by like thunder now, as I look in your eyes. I hold on to your body and feel each move you make. Your voice is warm and tender, a love that I could not forsake, 'cause I am your lady and you are my man. Whenever you reach for me, I'll do all that I can. Lost is how I'm feeling, lying in your arms, when the world outside's too much to take. That all ends when I'm with you, even though there may be times it seems I'm far away, but never wonder where I am, 'cause I am always by your side. 'Cause
Yeah, it's funny. I think I probably said when I reacted to Laura's cover that I was maybe familiar with the song. I don't remember exactly what I said, but yeah, it's a tune that it feels familiar, even though I'm not sure I heard either that one or this one distinctly and knowingly in the past. But it sounds like something that's been in movies or been played at slow dances, in school dances that I went to when I was younger. But yeah, there's a familiarity to it. And I will say, it comes across as a slower, heavier tune than Laura's version, and I actually was able to hear more of the lyrics clearly in the moment, because Laura's vocals in her version are so, like, wall-shaking and raspy and crazy. Like, I remember just throwing up my hands like, oh my god, do you hear that? But here, it's a more restrained performance. Now, I put that in scare quotes because it still is very powerful, and she goes high and very angelic, but also with a lot of force behind it. She is definitely belting, but it's just a different kind of powerful vocal performance. So again, I don't mean to disparage in either direction, but it's one that feels more tender and less fiery, I suppose, than Laura's cover. And ultimately, again, hearing the lyrics more clearly here, the sentiment of wanting to, find this connection, and she's his woman and he's her man, and whenever he reaches out, she'll do anything she can to make this as special as it is. So it feels like a very devotional tune, a tune that you play with someone with whom you're in love, a tune that just speaks to, again, the power of love. So I think it's very well written given the concept at play. And yeah, the Sonics, again, were heavier and slower, and I'll admit I was really focused on the vocals and the lyrics, so some of the sonic elements didn't stand out to me as much as other tunes do, where maybe I'm not catching a lot of the words, but ooh, hear that synth bass right there, and oh, the little bell run, for example, where listening to Surrender, there were some more sonic details that came to the fore, but this was all about the meaning and the vocal delivery. So yeah, definitely a cool performance. In the moment, it's hard to compare, but yeah, I suppose if you're looking for a sweet and tender power, perhaps the original. If you're looking to, shake and burn up the environment with a belting, raspy delivery, then maybe listen to Laura's cover. But either way, cool. We're done with the first album. Shout out once again to Darren. In the moment, I'm forgetting what the next album is called, and of course this print is ridiculously small on the back. I suppose we can see here in the moment. Okay, so the next one is called Movin', I believe. So that, I don't know what year Movin' is from, but it seems to have fewer tracks. Oh wait, no, it's got two sides? Or maybe those are just the credits down there? I'm not certain. No, it actually has more tracks. So yeah, that's the next album. Do let me know what you think of either of the tunes here. Thank you again to Darren and all the people who sent me music. I will see you next time. Peace.